Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I am working on my I Heart Dollar Tree 10 for $10 Valentine's Day Journal or Folder Challenge. And I was very busy today just making and making and making. The first thing I did was to take one of these pieces of notebook paper that I painted with this pink, light pink acrylic craft paint on both sides, and on this side I used a marker. This is a Copic marker, and made a faux ticking, make it look like some material, and I used that to make a fake fabric flip. Say that 3 times fast. And across the top I put some of this faux lace. And this is some more of this notebook paper that was painted pink. And I took this stamp and some distress ink, Festive Berries, and just stamped it so it's got like little polka dots on it. And I punched it out with my Martha Stewart punch. I got this pretty cheap at a flea market. And I made this faux lace, and I made a bunch of those. And then I took the tops, the cardboard tops, off of these bags of hearts that I bought as part of my 10 items. I took the toppers off, and it's very thin cardboard, but I used a circle punch and punched out a bunch of little circles, and I made some faux red sparkly buttons. And after I punched it out, I painted it with 3 coats of this bright red craft paint, this acrylic paint, and then I put a couple coats of this gloss Mod Podge on it. And then when it was dry, I used my button model, just put on top, poked holes, the 4 holes, I used that to measure it. I marked it black with a marker, went around the edge with a black marker also, and I used some pink thread just to sew it to make it look more like a real button. So I made a bunch of buttons, and you can see on my faux fabric flip I put a little bit of that lace across the top and one of my faux buttons, and behind the faux button is some of this crinkly material which I made from the handles of the gift bags. I bought several of these gift bags, and I took off the handles and I unraveled them, and I got this really nice crepe paper, feels like crepe paper, and I used that as a backing for my button. I also put a little felt heart in the corner, but I went around with it, went around the edge of it with a marker to look like some stitching. So this is my faux fabric flip. I thought it came out pretty cute. And the page that I was working on yesterday, I had put a little stamp up in the corner of a blue rose. But look at this. It's an elephant. So here's an update on my elephant punch if you've been following my videos. I had ordered this and it came defective, and I got a refund right away, but the seller didn't want it back. And Mr. Possum took it apart 3 times and worked on the edge on here. And he worked on it and he worked on it, and it almost works. Almost. And I punched out a bunch of elephants, and if you look closely, it's probably hard to see on the camera, but it's really rough around here and around the ear. And it almost like rips the paper instead of cutting it. It kind of rips it, and the ears don't come out all the way. You have to kind of poke those out. And then I just take a little pair of scissors and try to trim off some of the rough edge. But all in all, it's not too bad. So I made some pink elephants. And again, I used this pink paper and the stamp to put little polka dots on it. And made some pink elephants. So I made a little cluster in the corner, and I used the same color scheme that was on the page, because I have a pink tag and a blue envelope in the corner pocket here. So I used a piece of this bag and some of this blue paper. Now this is just a notebook paper that I painted with blue acrylic, and a little bit of this red crepe paper from the handle, and I put one of my pink elephants, and then I put some of this really cool sparkle, pink sparkle on there, because I had that on the heart. So all the elements of the page are repeated in this little cluster up in the corner. So now I think this page looks a lot more festive. I'm probably going to add a few more things to this page, maybe something underneath or on the back of the flip, and I'll probably add something else to the pocket page over here. But things are coming along, and now I have some more ephemera. I have my sparkly buttons, and I have a few pink elephants, and I have some lace and some faux ticking material made from this notebook paper. You can see that I made it from the notebook paper. So that's my update for today, and I'm going to get busy. I need to paint some more papers because I want to add a lot of elements to each page. I was watching somebody flip through a grunge journal, and oh my gosh, it was so beautiful, but grungy, grungy, grungy. So I'm taking her ideas and flipping them. So this is kind of like a grunge flip. So where she went dark on the papers and around the edges, I'm going pink. And where she went grunge, I'm going glitter. So this is my pink glittery grunge, or opposite of grunge. So I'm just having a ball with this, and I'm going to make something stick in here. I haven't gotten very far, but I'm having a lot of fun making all these elements from notebook paper. Just being creative. Okay, this was just a quick update and to catch you up to speed on what I've been doing all day. Making all these things. And I just want to thank you for coming along and following my videos. Happy junk journaling. And if you want to join the challenge, just put the I Heart Dollar Tree 10 for 10 Valentine Challenge hashtag on your video, and everyone will go and check it out. Bye-bye now.